Hello, we're live.
Yeah,
Look at us.
We're live. Yeah, okay.
There's a couple of bachelors.
Yeah, wasn't that a movie? Two bachelors, one cup.
Two. I think that was a movie. I think we have two cups though, which is it's a sequel.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Welcome Matt podcast.
Listen.
I'm your host, Matt Caldwell.
I'm Morgan. I'm Morgan George. I'll be the second host this week. I'm the host, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Good. It's not a guest. It's a second host because it's like you're inviting me into your home. It's not a guest. It's like
We can put the words together. We'll do guest host.
guest host.
Guest host.
Oh, that's nice.
Guest host.
You know,
More than just the guest.
That
You're
makes
the
that
guest
lowers
host.
the pressure and makes me feel good.
Lowers the pressure, increases the volume,
Yeah.
the amplitude.
I do like how it increases the volume. I'm really excited to do this two bachelors, two cups thing with you.
So we have
Yeah.
matching cups.
and then we do our thing and then we switch cups.
Cups can come in any sizes.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about the cups.
Well, I have one of these big cups that says they make it big. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
And the cup is at least 4 or 5 times bigger than a normal cup.
And where was it made?
China.
China.
Yeah, it's why I'm very confused. But
China, yeah, that's a big country.
hey, everything's bigger in China. That's what
Yeah.
they say.
Have you been to China?
I haven't. Oh, yes, I have. Well, no, not really. I went to Hong Kong, but that's like that's debatable. It's in China. It's within
Yeah,
the
yeah.
borders of China.
Definitely.
But
within the
I don't know
borders.
if they consider it part of China at this point, right? They're kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I haven't been to China.
I've been to the Hong Kong airport.
Oh, how was that?
Great,
It's
but
a nice airport.
Expensive.
I went to. You think that's expensive, buddy? Let's talk about Korea airport. Okay, I went to the airport in Seoul.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah, I lived in Korea for a while.
You did.
Yeah.
That's
taught English over there.
at the airport.
Yeah, exclusively.
Expensive English
Exclusively
lessons
at
at
the
the airport. So this is what's crazy about the Korean airport is that there's no ATMs inside. So I had to exit the airport to get money out because I wanted to buy something. My debit card didn't work there, so I had to exit the airport. I had to go out of customs, and they're like, "Where are you going? Why are you in the country?" And I had to do this. I'm just going to get money out of the ATM.
I'm in the country to withdraw money, connecting flight. I'm
That's
actually
it.
Going, yeah.
And I went. I withdraw money. I bought a Mountain Dew because my friend Cameron Wiley, you know him,
Yeah.
he loves Mountain Dew.
He's one of the 5 people I think that likes Mountain Dew.
Yeah, actually, they really love Mountain Dew over there.
What code?
Code red, code blue. I mean, you name a code, they're on top of it. I mean, they have. They were actually having a thing when I was, because I was in the Philippines for a few months, and they had a thing called the Democracy.
Ooh.
And it was you vote for your favorite dew, and so they would release 2 different dews. There was Blue Shock, and the other one was called Lifeline, Orange Lifeline, or something like that.
And then the winner.
The winner gets a
flavor.
full a full release, a full live wire.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, live wire.
Livewire was the Mountain
Orange
Dew
one.
flavor.
That was the orange Mountain.
one.
It was very good.
Yeah, and the voting system. I don't know if I trust that.
I don't know if I trust either. You have to vote through Twitter #democracy, and then you put your vote in. Anyway, Blue Shock won, which I don't think is a surprise.
Yeah.
Everyone's always goes crazy if you color something blue. The sky wasn't
Yeah.
blue before. People are going crazy for it now.
No, it was grape.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's sky code blue, and everyone's going nuts. Everyone loves it.
It is a beautiful day today.
It is an absolutely beautiful day today. Yeah.
This is actually your second podcast that you.
That I'm recording today.
Yeah. That you're
Yeah.
recording today.
I have. I actually have my own podcast called Vesta Friends Podcasts.
Yeah.
It's a sketch comedy podcast that we do on Never Sleeps Network. Great group of guys over there, and it's super fun. We just bring on sketch troops and we do sketches, audio sketches.
Yeah.
Which is hard. It's harder than stage sketches, right? Because you have to kind of think about how people can't see what you're doing.
So you have to telegraph things, but you
So-
don't
yeah.
want to be super expositioning.
That's right. You don't want to be like, wow, here I am at the bank withdrawing money currently. You know what I mean? You don't want to be doing that because it sounds ridiculous.
The guy behind me has a gun.
Yeah. Hey, give me all your money. You know what I mean? That's not how you enter a mugging sketch, right? You have to try to figure it out. But the cool thing is
Have
you
you
can
ever
add sound
mugged
effects.
anybody though?
Have I been mugged 5 times?
You've been mugged 5 times.
Yeah.
I think you need to do a little role reversal there. And,
I should do. I mean, I'm good at it now, getting mugged.
Yeah.
I just run now.
Step 1.
When
gun.
I'm getting mugged.
Yeah,
Step one,
step one.
or knife, gun or knife.
Gun or knife.
Or a loud
Do
voice
you have a
even.
preference, gun or knife?
Oh, I'd much rather knife. I mean, because
Yeah.
a knife, unless they're really good at throwing it, I can run and they're probably not going to get me with the knife. But with a gun, I run and they go, this is it. This is my moment, and they shoot me.
What if they had an axe?
Well, is it a throwing axe or just like a fire axe, like a firewood axe?
I think throwing. If I was gonna mug somebody,
then that's a double whammy. I'm stuck. I'm like, I can't run unless they're bad at it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, if they're bad at axe, or I have to ask them, like, hey, where have you been axe throwing?
Yeah. Do you have any like formal axe training?
Yeah, and if they're like, what are you talking about? Then I'm like, I just run.
Yeah.
And I know they're not gonna hit me with their. But then if I see them winding up, like I see them double hands over the holding the axe, both their hands over their back, I know that they've had a lesson.
And then you smell the deodorant, which is
always axe body spray usually.
And then you just fall in love with them, like in the commercials.
Like in the commercial, that is what happens. And I'm like, chocolate, and then I licking their armpit and stuff like that. Yeah.
So in addition to doing Vesta Friends,
Vesta Friends, my sketch troupe. So we do a lot of sketch. I also do stand up.
Yeah.
Around the city, it's pretty fun. It's actually a really great community, the stand-up community in Toronto. It was harder years ago. Years ago, it was harder to get into it, but everyone's very friendly now. It's pretty simple.
Free hugs everywhere you go.
There's literally free hugs everywhere you go. Like, I just go up and I hug the host. They can't turn me down. Have you seen that video of Seinfeld turning down Kesha?
Yeah, he didn't know who she was.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think. Everyone was like, "Oh man, like Kesha's an idiot," and I was like, "This is not an unusual scenario for a famous person to have someone come up to them and offer them a hug." Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Famous people get hugged, I think, more often than non-famous people.
Yeah, like a young girl walks up to you and is like, "Oh, hi, you're famous. Can I have a hug?" I don't think that's really uncommon.
No.
I mean, I don't think it's bad what he did. You know what I mean? I think
he's in the middle of an interview.
Yeah,
I think
maybe he's just not comfortable hugging someone that he doesn't know, and that's perfectly. That actually is what he said. He's like, when you get to my age, you don't just hug strangers. And I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Had he known who she was, maybe.
But like, as a stranger, but.
Yeah,
no, he doesn't even because he didn't even know who Kesha was. He's like, Kesha. Okay, he doesn't know. Yeah, because if Seinfeld's cruising and listening to TikTok or whatever on his, I'm first of all, that's amazing. I hope that's the thing that happens. Just in his cars getting coffee behind the scenes. It's like TikTok on the clock. He's like really into that Kesha.
Yeah, what if he was a huge fan and just never knew who she was, actually?
I saw her in concert once.
Yeah?
I saw her, and she opened for Pitbull, and which Pitbull was terrible. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen. He sang I Know I Want You. You know that song, like, I Know You Want Me?
But he sang it like 4 times.
He sang it for 13 minutes.
13 minutes.
He just nonstop. He just kept going. Unos, dos, tres, cuatro. And it just...
The numbers keep on getting higher. I can't count in Spanish.
Yeah, but he can.
Spanish numbers are. I think they get higher, just like in English.
Yeah, he loved it. He was, and everyone loved it. Like, me and Mike, I was there with Mike Kellett, and we were just shocked at how much everyone loved Pitbull. He was horrible. And also another thing, because he features in a lot of songs, so a lot of the time he would just be dancing on the stage to like Jennifer Lopez or whoever was singing. Like, it would just be like someone else singing.
They wouldn't
and he would
get
just
the
be
person to come in.
No,
they wouldn't be able to do that.
Absolutely not. So then he would just sing like his 30 seconds of whatever song he's a part of, and then just like dance for the rest of it. And then at the end of the song, every single time, the stage would go completely black except for a spotlight on him. He'd go, oh, you go like that, oh, and everyone would go, yeah, and he would go, who here is South American? And everyone would go, yeah, and freak out. People were throwing their flags and
underwear.
Yeah, and they loved her at Central America. And there's like all these flags. It was great. It was that part I loved. I was like, this is hilarious, man. These guys love Pitbull. But I love Kesha. I thought she was great. I thought she put on a good concert.
Was there just the two of them?
It was just the two of them. Yeah, it was just the two.
Do they do a song together?
They absolutely don't, which is why I was very confused about it.
You think he would get one of the other people that he, is on a song with to be his opener and then come out and
Well, it was the most in amphitheater, so, you never know what goes on. Like, there's always the strangest concerts there. I saw Journey and Steve Miller Band there. Great concert as well.
Yeah, I imagine.
Great concert.
Did he do the Joker?
He did the Joker.
And the Seagull one?
I don't know about the Seagull one. When's that? He did Big Old Jet Airliner or whatever that one is.
Isn't there something about a
Jungle
seagull?
Love,
Time keeps on
flipping. Eagle, you mean?
Eagle.
Fly like an eagle.
Flying like an eagle.
Yeah, no one wrote
I
a song.
thought that was flying like a seagull. You tell me that's eagle.
Fly like a seagull, eat some fries. Like what? Like what's he?
I thought it was like this song about a seagull.
No, it's definitely about an eagle, and it's a great song. He wrote that for Space Jam.
I thought he wrote it for seagulls.
I know you thought that, but you were wrong.
I think the Seagulls would actually be a great name for an NBA franchise.
Yeah, it would be.
Pelicans.
And you'd be like, you can't get rid of the
seagulls.
Yeah, and they're like, whenever they always come back from games, he's like, you can't get rid of these seagulls. They always come back. stuff like that.
Sponsored by McDonald's. We have but just the fries. Sponsored by McDonald's fries.
Yeah, never buy Mentos. They like don't because you swallow a mint or whatever, their stomachs explode. Seagulls.
Really?
They swallow us. If they swallow a Mentos, bing bang boom, gone, dead. Which is terrible because it means they can never have fresh breath.
I want my seagulls to have fresh breath.
Me too. If I'm gonna kiss one.
Or two.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if two, because then you have double the.
2 seagulls, 1 cup.
Anyway, that's what this show's been about this whole time. We're trying to nonchalantly get to 2 seagulls, 1 cup.
Exactly. We're on the Welcome Matt podcast. This time I'm pleased to have Morgan George.
Howdy, hello.
Howdy, hello. Are you ready to play some games?
I'm ready to play some games. Let's do it. I have some games prepared for me.
We're back on the Welcome Matt podcast. I'm your host, Matt Caldwell.
I'm Morgan. I'm still here.
Yeah, you are still here.
Thank God.
It would be weird if you switched to somebody else.
That would be insane, yeah.
Just did the intro, and then you had to bolt.
Yeah, hey, man, this podcast is kooky like that. Someone else comes in, finishes it off for me, does my voice. That's what you should do sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't see you just hear you.
Yeah, so how are they going to know it's not me? And then at the end, I come back and I go, that wasn't me this whole time. And then it's like an M. Night Shyamalan podcast.
Yeah, he makes good movies.
Actually, that should be, we were joking about this last night. It's like there should be a movie where the twist of the movie is that at the end, the director comes up and then the name goes like, and the name like, it gets all like fuzzy, and then it comes back, and it turns out that this twist of the movie is that it's directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Like that's the twist.
Wow.
Or like they zoom out of a dream, and then it turns out like they wake up and like, oh, the whole movie was a dream, and you're like, oh, that's the twist ending. But then it zooms out, but then it goes cut, and then it cuts, and then it shows M. Night Shyamalan, and he's like just directing a movie, and the actual twist of the movie is that M. Night Shyamalan is directing a movie. Wouldn't that be a great twist?
Yeah, that would be a mind fuck.
I'm just saying. I think I have a script that you might want to read. Yeah.
So, we're going to do a little Marry, Screw, Kill.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We always do these as themed.
Yeah.
So I asked you before the show if you had a crush on any actor or actress.
And I do.
You do.
I had a huge crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, oof.
Who didn't?
Who didn't?
I think she had a crush on herself, too.
Yeah, and that was a big thing. I think she married herself or something like that.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
That might have just been a dream of mine.
So your options, we have Julie James, who was the character in I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, both of them.
The Ghost Whisperer.
The Ghost Whisperer is great.
Melinda Gordon.
Melinda Gordon.
Yeah, Melinda.
Great Ghost Whisperer name.
Yes, and she also was in the movie Heartbreakers.
Oh.
She had a few different names in that.
Yeah, because she was a con artist.
Artist, so she had multiple names.
Yeah, she did. Paige Connors or something?
Yeah, Paige Connors, I think.
It was one of them. Yeah, that was the one I think I know. Anyway, I'm very excited about this.
Excellent.
So, what do I start with, Mary? Like, what do I do here?
You can talk it out if you want to do one specific character.
I think I'll start with Kill.
Kill.
I think I would kill the I Know What You Did Last Summer, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I think because, like, first of all, she's a murderer. I like to think that if Jennifer Love Hewitt hit me with a car, that she would save me, like carry me to the hospital, nurse me back to health. But she doesn't. They hit the guy with the car, right, and then he dies, and then comes back
with the hook hand.
And I don't want to come back as a hook hand. Like, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, like, I'm picturing myself as the guy who got hit by the car in this scenario. So yeah, I'd probably kill her. She's not a good person.
And how would you go about doing it?
Classic anthrax in the envelope.
In the envelope?
Yeah, like she'd open up like, oh, it's my birthday.
I assume you know her birthday.
I don't, actually. I'd figure it out, though, if I was going to kill her.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, you're like, oh, birthday card from Nanty, and then she opens up the,
anthrax in the face.
I've always, that's just such a funny way to kill someone, I think.
Hilarious.
And then I walk out. I'd like to walk out at that point and go, you're on my new hit game show. You've been anthraxed. And then I'd like point to the cameras, and then she looks at them all and laughs and then dies right there.
Oh, she would laugh.
She would laugh. She'd be like, oh my God, because she'd think it was fake at first. She'd be like, oh, it's not real anthrax. And then and then we'd watch her die.
And do you think the Hook Man would be angry that you did the killing?
I think so. I think he'd probably see the episode on TV and think,
why didn't I just do that?
And why didn't he? Yeah. This could have been so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, not everyone thinks of the show You've Been Anthraxed as a TV show, but
not everybody is clever.
Not everyone's me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's who I'd kill, and that's how I'd kill her, I think.
Yeah, the anthrax in the mail.
Anthrax in the mail. Yeah.
Birthday card, anthrax.
Yeah, there's also a $20 bill in the birthday thing, so she's like, oh, and then she's like, so it is nice. Like she's like, oh, this is nice. While she's dying, I don't want her to die. Like, I think I have to go with I think I would screw the Heartbreakers, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
I think that's
the
like
con artist.
I think that's the most attractive Jennifer Love Hewitt. I think that's like the most she had ever been. And you'd think that you'd want to marry that one because maybe then you could maybe screw her more than once.
Oh, I've heard of those marriages.
Because I mean, those happen. Those are the like I mean I try to keep that going, but who knows, right? Marriage. But I think I would go with Screw just because she's in that mutual show she's a con artist, so I would constantly be thinking if I married her, when's she gonna leave? And
what is she
I'd
being
have to
dishonest with me?
I would have to keep a low paying job. Like I had to turn down every promotion. Like, oh, you want to promote me? I can't. My wife's a con artist, and she'll take me for everything I have, type thing. So, I mean, I know she learns to love in that movie. Like, she's like, oh, she doesn't like her mom's like, don't get too close to anyone, or you'll fall in love with them, or whatever. And the first person she gets close to, she falls in love with.
It always happens.
Typical.
Typical con artist love.
Anyways, so I don't think I'd be able to trust her. You know what I mean? So I think I think it'd be like a nice, moonlit night, maybe a wedding dance or something, like a wedding reception. Mm-hmm. We meet and hit it off.
Ooh, you both come there by yourself.
I'm on the groom side.
She's on the date. She couldn't get a date.
Yeah, somehow she couldn't get a date. I easily could not get a date. I'm good at that. And then and then we talk for a while. She realizes that she's into stamps. I'm like, I didn't know I'm into stamps, so we both collect stamps.
You just mailed this envelope to kill somebody?
I just mailed an envelope. I don't tell her that because that's not like my intro is not like, hey, I just anthraxed this person. But yeah, we hit it off, and then I think we make like sweet love on the beach under a oak tree.
Sweet love. Is that the best flavor of love? Sweet?
Well, I think it's better than sour love.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, sweet like berries.
Yeah, although it could be like sweet and sour, like a Sour Patch Kid love. Although I don't like to put the word kid anywhere near making love.
Unless it's two kids.
In
if
one
it's
cup.
Kid on kid love.
It's two kid in one cup, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's what they say anyway.
It'd be a juice cup. A sippy cup.
Yeah, two kids, one sippy cup.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to jail. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so then I think that's how. And then I think I'd marry the Ghost Whisperer.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, think about it. First of all, imagine being like, imagine like going to a wedding, like, hi, I'm Morgan, I'm a doctor, or whatever. Like, let's say in this fantasy, I'm a doctor. I'm like, I'm a doctor. This is my wife. What was her name? Melinda?
Yeah, Melinda.
Her name, Melinda. Yeah. That's my wife, Melinda. She's a ghost whisperer. You know what I mean? Like, talk about easy conversation at a party.
Yeah.
And
it'd be a whispered conversation.
Yeah, she'd whisper it, and then all the ghosts would hear.
Yeah,
which is
only hear in
that's
whisper.
one thing I don't like about it, because like I know that like any marital problems we've had, or like if we have a fight or whatever, she goes and she talks to the ghosts about it or whatever. Yeah. And then like when we break up, and then I don't get to be friends with any ghosts.
Exactly.
Because all the ghosts are her friends.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I mean, it would be cool to become friends with ghosts, through her.
But they can't see you. They can't interact with you.
Yeah, like once, exactly, right? So, I mean...
Like, oh, my friend the ghost said that you, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, and I'm always like telling jokes. Like, tell them this. Like, I go knock, knock. She's like, knock, knock. And she's got to tell them the joke.
Like a translator.
Not a good joke, ghost jokes. I've been telling those ghosts. But yeah, I mean, I think just like, first of all, she's got a steady job as a ghost whisperer.
Pay the bills.
I know she's going to be, contribute to the household.
Do you think there's any advantage to being a ghost whisperer over maybe a dog or a horse whisperer?
Well, it's much funnier for sure. Ghost whisperer, like that's of all the things you can whisper to. I think a ghost is a funny. And I think it'd be funny catching her whispering to the ghost, like she'd be like, hey. Is there a ghost? You whispering to a ghost right now? And then every time she whispers, I'm like, although one thing to be upsetting about it is like every time she like whispered to me, I'd be like, is there a ghost? Like, is there a ghost?
Yeah, is there a ghost in
right
bed
now?
With us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So a ghost could suck into your body and then
and then take advantage of my wife, Melinda. What was her last name? Melinda Gordon.
Well, she took your last name.
She took mine.
Yeah.
Wow, she's so old-fashioned marriage.
Yeah.
I can't take hers.
You can if you want.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking her last name because I wouldn't mind
Gordon.
being like, if Gordon of the Ghost Whisperers. Yeah. Gordon, the Ghost Whispering family. If she could teach me, like, is that something you can learn, or is that like just something she has?
I think that's a God-given gift.
Yeah, I think God gave it to her.
God,
yeah, which I don't. So.
Do you think people would believe that she has this gift?
I don't think they would at first, but then she'd whisper, and then all of the candlesticks would pick up off the table or whatever.
Yeah. Beetlejuice,
And then,
Beetlejuice,
yeah,
Beetlejuice.
that type of thing, and then everyone's like, "Oh, it's real, like it's super real." And then, or I just get her to pants people. I'd be like, "Hey, can you pants that guy over there?" And then she just like whispers to a ghost, and just the guy's pants get pulled down, and that would keep me entertained for the rest of my life, I think.
Well, tell me about your wedding day.
Okay,
I'm curious to hear about that.
Oh well, first of all, everything is ghosts. So like the ring is carried by ghosts. So it's like the ring bearer comes out and it's just like a floating pillow down the aisle with a ring on it, and so it's like terrifying. And then like all of her bridesmaids are ghosts, just floating dresses.
Yeah, and all the groomsmen are like, hey.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, they're all single because they're dead or whatever. Yeah, and then like her dad is a ghost because I imagine her dad's dead at this point. Just in my fantasy, he's dead, and
Good fantasy.
he's been anthraxed most likely.
Yeah.
If it has anything to do with me, but and then I think like she's like has her father daughter dance.
Yeah.
And she just dances with a tux, like just with a floating tux.
She was also in that movie, The Tuxedo, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
She was in the movie The Tuxedo.
With Jackie Chan.
Actually, can I take it back? I'd like her to dance with Jackie Chan in the tux.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That is her father.
He is now because he's Jackie Chan. Like when you die, Jackie Chan. If your father dies, Jackie Chan now
Takes
becomes
over.
your father. Yeah, for everyone in the world.
We should all be so lucky.
Oh my God, I wish Jackie Chan is like. Okay, can I take marry, screw, kill 3 different Jackie Chan characters. Let's talk about that.
Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush Hour, Rush Hour 2, Rush Hour 3,
Yeah.
all 3. Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights. I could list Jackie Chan movies all day, but I won't. Anyway, so yeah, that's how I see the wedding going. Lots of ghost pranks. Like it would have like a magician, and he pulls like the table clock from the table, and all the things stay, but there's no table. It's a ghost table.
Ooh.
So all the things are just still floating.
And on her side of the seats, they're all empty.
No, they're all just like floating suits
Floating suits.
and dresses. So they're all ghosts.
And would you have like a prenup?
No, because I think she's the richer one. I wouldn't want a prenup, right?
So you see this marriage lasting. You're not gonna get.
Or if we divorce, then like I clean up because I would be the poorer of the two, so I would get all the money.
You should. You deserve it for.
But I wouldn't want to break up with her. I'd be like, oh my God, like, imagine how riddled my life would be with ghosts. Like I couldn't do anything. Like every time I go to bed, I'd lie down. The light switch would turn back on. I'd be like, ugh, and I had to get up and shut it off. And then I'd shut off my light switch, and then the radio would come on. I'd unplug the radio, it would still work. Like all these things would be happening to me. So I'd have to be like a good husband and keep.
Do you think the ghosts would be jealous of you?
No. I think the ghosts are just platonic. Ghosts. Maybe a couple, 1 or 2 ghosts, but you can't get through a relationship without having 1 or 2 people jealous of you. You know what I mean? Whether they be people or ghosts.
You gotta deal with
Ghosts are jealous of me right now all the time. They're like,
yeah.
that guy with his body.
he doesn't float. He can walk with his own feet.
Little do they know, I would love to float. If someone came out to me right now and was like, you can walk or float for the rest of your life. Float.
Yeah, I've considered.
Never had to
being
buy another pair of shoes.
I wouldn't mind being a ghost, floating around.
Imagine having to walk through walls.
Walk through walls. I'd go to the movies a lot.
I go to the movies all the time.
Yeah. Oh, to be a ghost.
Listen, we can talk about this all day, being a ghost too.
So that was the Jennifer Love Hewitt edition of Marry, Screw, Kill.
It was everything that I hoped it would be.
Yeah. That's on the welcome mat with Morgan George. We're back on the welcome mat. Next game we're going to play today is Deathmatch. Deathmatch. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I couldn't be more ready.
Yeah. So the twist that we do, as always, one of these people is real, and the other person is imaginary.
Yep.
So the real person we're going to do today is Muhammad Ali.
So this is a literal fight to the death.
Literal fight to the death. So we'll do Muhammad Ali also in his prime.
Okay, that makes sense.
So not when he had Parkinson's, because that wouldn't really be fair.
No, that wouldn't be fair. Unless the person he was against was like Michael J. Fox.
Or Stephen Hawking, maybe.
Yeah, but I think even Stephen Hawking wouldn't stand a chance.
No.
Although he's got that strong chair. It doesn't matter. Anyways, what was the other? Okay, who?
And the imaginary person was Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa versus Muhammad Ali in a fight to the death.
Yeah, I wonder how many rounds it would take.
I think minimum 50.
You think 50 rounds?
50
So
rounds.
we're talking Rocky Balboa in his prime as well. Not like Tommy Gunn or Rocky Balboa where he street fights.
Both in their prime.
Okay, well, let's talk about this. First things first, I think there would have to be... If Rocky was to win, there would have to be 2 fights. Muhammad Ali would have to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And then he'd have to go and train on a mountain with some meat.
And snow.
And then he could come back. And then I think it'd be then I think that would be the death match, right? I think that's how it has to go in order for it to work with Rocky Balboa.
Second time's personal.
Okay, so that's what would have to happen in order for this. Because if it was just a normal fight, one-on-one with no motivation, I think Rocky loses. I think Rocky gets beaten to a pulp and murdered for sure. But with the motivation, I think it's a closer fight. I think we got a 50-round bout. I think Muhammad Ali would start off very strong because it's not a fight, like it's not a good Rocky Balboa fight unless both of his eyes are completely swollen shut.
Yeah.
And he talks like that, like his face is so beaten in.
His wife needs to be watching.
Yeah, his wife needs to be screaming from the back. And I think at that point, I like to think Muhammad Ali would win, but I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible for Rocky to lose.
Yeah, he lost in the first one, but then after that, he won.
He won pretty much every. He lost. Obviously, he lost to Clubber Lang because he was out of practice.
Yes.
Then he came back and beat Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
And then he beat the Russian. That guy could punch like through a brick wall.
Ivan
He killed Apollo Creed because he got cocky.
And that was just a charity event. He killed somebody at a charity event.
So that's a cold motherfucker.
Yes.
Killing a man at a charity event.
Yeah, this is for charity.
In like 2 punches too.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rocky Balboa obviously has a very thick face because he can take a lot of blows, and I don't know. I think it's. I just think I don't know if Rocky Balboa would ever even be able to land a punch on Muhammad Ali. That's the thing.
So would he resort to cheating?
Rocky Balboa? No, I think he would just literally get beaten to a pulp until Muhammad was tired.
Aha, the old rope and dope.
I think he's gonna get rope and doped for a while, but not go down because Rocky just doesn't go down. Or maybe he goes down and then he gets up at 10 seconds or whatever, like 9 seconds. And then that's when the real fight starts, around round 40.
Round 40.
Yeah, and then that's when the da-na-na, and you're like, oh, here we go.
He's going to knock him out.
Yeah, and then he just...
Now, is this a fair fight with regular boxing rules, gloves, the referee, 10 count, or is this like a no-holds-barred?
I think it's a boxing fight because I think the two would be too... I think they'd have too much pride to not just do like a regular boxing fight. I think they'd be like, I'm the best.
So they promote it well.
It'd be really well
promoted. Who's a better promoter?
Muhammad Ali probably. I mean, because Rocky Balboa didn't really promote anything.
No, he didn't really.
He was always just like, and then everyone was like, "We want your kid to fight our kid" or whatever, and that's.
Come on, Mick or Mac, whatever.
Yeah, come on, Mickey Mac.
Mickey Mac.
His name was Mickey, I think. But yeah. So I think it'd be well promoted. I think there'd be probably millions of people watching. Whoever died.
Yeah.
There'd be it'd be on air. It'd be on TV.
On pay-per-view.
It'd be on pay-per-view. Yeah, this death would be on pay-per-view.
Well, most deaths should be on pay-per-view.
I totally agree. Most when they pull the plug for people, and they're like, it's just not going to make it's on pay-per-view when they do that.
Not everybody could be there.
It's called the Death Channel, and you cost $20 a month.
I'd pay it,
buddy. I already am paying it.
It's worth it.
So in the end, it's hard for me to say who wins because they're both great boxers. I mean, I think Muhammad Ali probably wins. I mean,
he's straight up boxing match. Muhammad Ali wins hands down
because he's real and actually never really lost. Did he lose?
Oh yeah.
He lost a lot?
He definitely lost a few times. I think that's why he fought Frazier. I think the first time.
Frazier Crane.
Yeah. He fought him on the set of Cheers.
Yeah. It was before the spin-off to his Aqualone show.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was a crazy fight, you're right. You know, maybe if Muhammad Ali can't even beat Frazier. No, but he fought Frazier, and then did he win that fight? Yeah.
I think he lost the first one, won the second, and maybe I don't know his like one loss history.
Would you say he's the best of all time?
I'd say he's the greatest.
Is he better than Floyd Mayweather, who's like 49-0 right now or whatever?
Well, George Foreman, he wins some points because he made that grill.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was thinking about. George Foreman may not have been the best boxer of all time, but he's definitely has the best grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's George Foreman because of the grill. That puts him above everyone else, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't he drink the grease after, and isn't that
That's how he gets stronger? Yeah,
that's how he gets stronger. I take your grease, and then I eat it.
I drink the grease, and then he just flexes for 48 hours, and then the grease runs through his veins.
Mail me your grease.
I'd mail him anthrax.
Yeah. This is actually something that speaking of Grease and Rocky Balboa, this is something I heard, that Richard Gere was making a movie with Sylvester Stallone, and he actually sat in the back seat of a car with him and got chicken grease and gravy on Sylvester Stallone's pants, and he elbowed him and got him fired from the movie.
Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
Got Richard Gere fired from the movie.
Because he poured chicken gravy and grease on
his pants.
lap.
By accident.
By accident.
Okay.
And he smacked him with his elbow, and then went to the director and got him fired.
I think I have to go with Muhammad Ali then.
I think Muhammad Ali wouldn't.
Sylvester Stallone, yeah. Muhammad Ali would have nicely been like, "That was a mistake. I understand.
Yeah.
Let's make this movie." Sylvester Stallone, not so much.
Float like a butterfly, sting like chicken gravy.
Which stings. If you get gravy on you and it's hot, you're not getting it off.
Hot. Do you think they would maybe use gravy in the death match?
I think so. I think when it was getting near round 50, they needed to end it. They just pour a big thing of gravy on the. At that point, Sylvester Stallone loses. That's his weak spot. He can't have gravy on his. And then he start throwing elbows, and that's illegal in the fight.
And then he get disqualified.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because it can't go to a decision. There needs to be like a clear death.
Well, someone's got to die. Yeah.
Somebody's got to die. So can you think of a tagline between this death match? You have the Rumble in the Jungle, the Thriller in Manila. What would be the tagline for the Rocky versus Muhammad Ali fight?
I guess it'd be like something with chicken gravy, maybe.
Is there a city that rhymes with gravy?
That's what I was thinking of, and I can't. like chicken gravy and
or grease, chicken grease.
Yeah, chicken grease, chicken grease and grease. It's just not even
grease.
Original. Not even good.
Yeah.
I mean,
the chicken grease of Greece.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Chicken grease and grease.
Yeah. And
float like a butterfly, sting like chicken grease, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. And Rocky is gonna die.
And Rocky's gonna die, I think.
I think I'd watch that on pay-per-view.
I mean, if it's a Rocky movie where he fights Muhammad Ali, Rocky wins.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But if it's a death match,
if it's a real death match, I think Muhammad Ali wins, just because I think he was probably actually a better fighter. I don't even think Sylvester Stallone was that good of a fighter. I think he was just really good at taking hits, right? That was like his thing. He could get the shit kicked out of him, and then when the person got tired, he was able to throw hard hits and stuff.
And bleed on them.
Yeah, he was good at bleeding on them, and he killed them with blood-transmitted diseases over the length of the fight.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, death match. The winner and champion, Muhammad Ali. All right, we are back on the Welcome Mat podcast with Morgan George. The third and final game that we're going to play today is Wikipodia. That is where we open up Wikipedia, hit random page, and then assume that everything that we're reading about this article is a complete fabrication. Because you can't really trust Wikipedia.
Can't trust Wikipedia. Anyone could have written it.
Yeah, anybody. So what we have today, we have Bernard McElligott.
Yeah, McElligott.
Beautiful name.
And I'll tell you right away, you can't trust a person with that name.
No, you can't trust anybody with that
Last name McElligott?
Yeah.
And I don't know about that. Now, it says here that he was a Gaelic footballer and hurler from Aberdeen, which is not real.
No.
Not
That's
a real
one
place.
of them mythical places.
Yeah, it's like Narnia. Right? Yeah. So I'm already skeptical about this guy.
Aberdeen.
Within
North Country, Kerry, Ireland?
North County Kerry.
Yeah.
County Kerry? I don't know about that. Okay.
Yeah.
This sounds like the Loch Ness Monster, if you ask me. But apparently he played football with the Brick Rangers, which has got to be the fakest football name ever. Like this, there's no way that's a real team.
A brick and a ranger? Those don't sound...
I think those are hints to what he actually did, to be honest.
Yeah. Like a masonry.
Yeah, like I think he was like a lone ranger that hunted bricks.
Can you hunt bricks?
If they're gold.
Bricks of gold. When I was thinking bricks, I think more like the school bricks, like the I'm not sure what sort of rock they're made from, sedimentary or pedimentary or whatever the
sedimentary and pedimentary, all the mentries.
Elementary.
He also did hurling.
Yeah, I don't
He was a
know
hurler.
much about hurling, but I assume
it's an Irish game. It's like a Gaelic game with like a stick and a ball, and you have to like hit the ball to your teammates with a stick, and then you're allowed to like catch the ball and run 4 or 5 steps with it, and then you have to hit it to another teammate, and then you have to try to score in a net, basically.
So it's a little bit like hockey.
It's like field hockey mixed with football or something. It's like it's odd. And he played that also with Abbey-Dorney, and we've already concluded that that's not a real place, right?
No.
You have to get to Abbey-Dorney. You have to walk into like an old alley and get into a dumpster, and that's how you get to Abbey-Dorney.
It's like where Harry Potter shops.
Yeah, it's exactly where Harry Potter shops. Exactly where.
The exact spot.
He has to go to Abbey-Dorney through the fireplace. Yeah. That's how he gets there.
It says he's the last player to play in both the Munster Senior Hurling and Football Championships in the same year.
Listen, first of all, the Munster Senior Hurling, that sounds like it's an Air Bud movie.
Yeah.
Munster.
Munster?
What's that name Munster from?
It's from the Munsters.
The Munsters. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sort of like the
whoever wrote this article.
family.
Yeah, whoever wrote this article wasn't even trying.
No.
To make this guy seem real.
McElligott.
He lives in Aberdourny and plays for the Munster Senior Hurling. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, like Gaelic is even a thing.
Just some facts about him. Apparently, the years he was on his club, he played from the 1980s to the 1990s with the Brick Rangers and Abbey-Dorney at the same time.
Dual sport?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think that's allowed.
Yeah, first of all, I think he was a Brick Ranger, I think that's like the cover up. I think maybe he was like an Aberdourny Brick Ranger. I think maybe that's a thing in Aberdourny, like in the mythical land of Aberdourny. Maybe there's like, like in Super Mario, they have those thwomps that are like living bricks that have faces. They like, and they go down like those things.
Those are thwomps.
Those are thwomps. So I think he's a Brick Ranger from Abbey-Dorney.
Another mythical place like in the Super Mario world.
Yeah, like Mushroom Kingdom. You can buy wands there. You can get mushrooms that make you grow bigger.
Ooh, sounds sounds mythical.
It does sound pretty mythical to me.
Sounds mythical.
I mean that's all. And one thing that's also is like that's all the information we have on this guy, which is also mysterious. I mean, there was nothing else.
He was a halfback.
He was a halfback.
He's a halfback in the football,
but in hurling he was a midfield. I feel like those aren't the same position. I feel like those were pretty different positions. Or I guess a halfback and a midfielder are actually pretty similar. Because in football, a halfback is like a midfielder.
How many fields are there?
Well, there's just one field. So you play like the back half of the field. Like you're kind of a defensive midfielder. But I mean, like, I don't know, because it's an Aberdourny, so it could be something completely different, right? A halfback in football, like it could be a ball made of a foot and it's all human parts and he plays half the back. I don't know.
Just half of the back.
Yeah, like he's like they all the people on the team form together to make a person, and he's half of the back.
Okay.
In the Abbey-Dorney football league, where it's just a 1-on-1, 2 giant men who are made up of all other.
So like one of them Voltron creatures.
Yeah, exactly like a Voltron creature.
And he's half of the back and the midfield.
Yeah, so he's half of the back, which would be mid torso, I guess. Like he'd be, so it makes sense, I guess. But where was he born? He's also born in Aberdourny, which I think immediately means he doesn't exist. I don't know. I can't trust this guy. He's also a dual player.
Yeah,
that's what his sport is. His sport is dual player, which to me sounds like he does duels. Yeah. Like he goes out into the high noon streets
and duels people.
And duels people. He slaps him with a glove or whatever and is like, come out here.
Speak some Gaelic at him.
Yeah, and he gets shot. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe he got shot in his back during a duel, and then they just had to cut half of his back off. So now he only has half a back. So that's what they call him.
And there's no mention to what he does in current day also. This is in the 90s.
I can tell you what he's not doing. He's not doing any of this. He's probably in Aberdourny right now, not existing. This is what I mean about Wikipedia. You know, when people write these articles, you know, they want to trick us and make us think that, oh yeah, and I'm gonna go around talking about, oh, have you guys heard of Bernard McElligott? Well, he was a football, made me look like an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm no idiot. I can see right through this one.
Totally see right through it. We know what's really going on in Bernard McElligott's life.
Yeah, exactly. I hope Bernard McElligott just picks up this podcast and just kills himself or something. Like he's like, this is all he had. This is Wikipedia page.
This is all he had is this paragraph.
At least I have my Wikipedia page. These two men are. I am real.
I'm
Aberdorny's real. Then he looks in the mirror and disappears.
So that's what's really going on with Bernard McElligott.
We're on to you, Bernard.
So I want to say thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This is a blast.
So what's next in your podcasting?
Okay, well, coming up we have some great names. We got Parker and Zavilla coming on our podcast. Allison Hogg will be one of our newest episodes. So if you want to listen to that, you can listen to it at Never Sleeps Network. It's the Vesta Friends podcast, which is my sketch troupe. And it's every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
That's
so
right.
You release one every week?
Every week we release one.
New episodes every week, every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, guys. Best Friends Podcast on Never Sleeps Network.
All right. Thank you for being on the welcome mat.
Thanks so much for having me. This is great.